What is up, ninjas? My name is Semworld, and today we're going to be going over how to make 808 kick patterns a lot easier. Now, this video is intended for beginners looking to get into hybrid trap, or people that are making house music that want to incorporate a little bit of that 808 flavor in the breakdown or in the drop, like in some big room tracks. Now, when I first started making 808 kick patterns, guys, you know, I've been a guy that's always been on the beat, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I had a lot of trouble with it until a wise man by the name of Bearer told me that laying down the snare first on the 2 and the 4, or where it needs to be, will make your life a lot easier in making these 808 kick patterns that sound fucking amazing. And even though it's a very simple technique, it's something that really helped me out. So I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by it in this video. Now, if you guys have any more tutorial suggestions when it comes to trap or hybrid trap music, guys, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. I'm not at a point where I'm comfortable making a tutorial on how to make a drop because I have yet to understand it. I can make the sounds, I understand the techniques, but arranging it in its own, it's a little bit hard, especially since I'm not a huge fan on this style of genre, but I still respect the time it takes to make it, guys. But without further ado, guys, let's get straight into this tutorial. Alright, guys, so welcome inside of Ableton. Now for this, we're going to utilize some cymatics drums from an old pack called Heater that they provided for me a long time ago. You know, they make really good trap drums. A lot of people like to hate them, but you can't deny it, they make some really good drums. Alright, guys, so here I have laid down the snare on the 2 and the 4 where it needs to be at. I'm at 150 BPM, so usually that's going to be here in a bar. It's going to hit here, 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 and here. Once we have that set up, we can make our kick pattern a lot easier. It's kind of like having training wheels in a way, because as long as you don't hit the kick with the snare, you should be fine. Of course, make sure that the rhythm makes sense as well. But this helps a lot more because now you can use this as sort of like a guide. So for instance, I could do something like kick, okay, or kick, 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 kick. You know, you could do a triple. Okay, now for hybrid trap and stuff, you know, you want to be a little bit less frequent with it. So that means something like, and very generic one, doom, doom, pa. Maybe a little bit more swing on that. And then have it hit again. So not so frequent as you can see. And then we can kind of just keep it going and add variation at the end if we want. And then have maybe a hit. There we go. And then here maybe we can do something like and then end it with double. And there we go. So at the end, you know, of the 4 bars there, or the 8 bars, you know, we kind of want to add that variation there just in case you want to do something crazy. So once we have that, it's time to get in and bring the 808 in. 808 is going to go with the kick, guys. So it's as simple as that. And believe it or not, it's a question I get asked a lot is, does the 808 need to have a kick on it? And majority of the time it does, as the 808, especially now, is more of a bass line that is getting sidechained. So here we have an 808 preset we're going to be using from a new pack coming out at the end of January for hybrid trap. So we can control the length of it. And then we're just going to have it hit with the kick. You can... And then here I kind of want to have it go down maybe. And then it comes back to it. Dude, that 808 is fucking huge. All right, so we're gonna put this down, and that's gonna be our idea there. Now, I personally like to add an amp. I feel like it gives the 808 more kind of dirt, as you're gonna see if we go with the lead, lower the dry. Here let's just add this a little bit there to the left. There we go. So that's our 808 kick pattern. Now, the cool thing with the kicks, guys, is that you can do a lot of cool stuff with it, like have other kicks come in. For instance, let's say that I want to add some cool stuff to the kick. Maybe I can have a double hit here, but this one's a little bit quieter. So it's more... know, and that's kind of like stuff you can do sort of like a pa-pa. So that gives a and then here maybe like, you know, I don't know, for some reason, let's say you want to do something like that, we can always as well like just kind of work our way into it where it's very quiet. Using it sort of like a tom, I guess. And you can also change the octave. Okay, so honestly, very simple tip. I know some people are gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? But it just helps so much, like having that snare as a guide. As long as the kick doesn't hit with the snare, you're gonna be good. And finally, guys, just add a lead and test drive the 808 kick pattern, because a lot of times you'll get stuff in it that maybe you added too many kick drums, but you wanna make sure it flows with it. So for instance, here I have it this lead on, and maybe we can like go like, there's a little bit more that you can do. For instance, sometimes the 808, you might want to cut it. You might want to do stuff with it like adding glides. So in order to add glides to an 808, you can kind of have this go up here where it hits with maybe the kick here. But you want to give it a long portamento with it always on, so that way it gets something like... So you get that boom, boom. It doesn't just go straight to it, but you get that sort of kind of nice... So with the always, you control that if you have like a 808 preset to go with it, so that way you can also glide the preset itself. But other than that, guys, you can do a lot of kick patterns with this. Again, you know, it's all about the creativeness of it, but simple tip, helps a lot. Wanted to make it. If you don't find it useful, okay, at least the video wasn't that long. And if you did, hopefully it helps, and hopefully you can make that 808 or hip-hop breakdown or drop portion for your track. Anyways, ninjas, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time for another tutorial.